Civil rights. Is the Civil Rights Act equal for disabled adults?
Is it equal for special education students? The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, passed by the United States Congress in 1975, is intended, quote, to ensure that all children with disabilities have available to them a free, appropriate public education that emphasizes special education-related services designed to meet their unique needs and prepare them for further education, employment, and independent living. Title 20 of the United States Code, Chapter 33. Special education from the student point of view. I was in special education in elementary school and middle school, experienced the consequences of it in high school and beyond. I'm David Potter. I survived special education, not a joke.
Civil rights. Is the Civil Rights Act equal for disabled adults? Let's look at Title 42 of the United States Code, Chapter 21. What does the law say? Section 1981, Equal Rights Under the Law. Lowercase a, Statement of Equal Rights. All persons within the jurisdiction of the United States shall have the same right in every state and territory to make and enforce contracts, to sue, be parties, give evidence, and to the full and equal benefit of all laws and proceedings for the security of persons and property as is enjoyed by white citizens, and shall be subjected to like punishment, pains, penalties, taxes, licenses, and exactions of every kind, and to no other. What needs to change in the law? Actually include the disabled. Some laws for the disabled violate those rights. In education, for example, the disabled are excluded from the list including race, sex, and natural origin in relation to excessive transportation, which does harm the disabled. What does the law say? Lowercase b, make and enforce contracts defined. For purposes of this section, the term make and enforce contracts includes the making, performance, modification, and termination of contracts and the enjoyment of all benefits, privileges, terms, and conditions of the contractual relationship. Lowercase c, protection against impairment. The rights protected by this section are protected against impairment by non-governmental discrimination and impairment under color of state law. What needs to change in the law? Actually enforce the rights for the disabled. First, by including disabled in lists within the code which lists other descriptions, such as education. What does the law say? 1997. Definitions. As used in the subchapter, 1. The term institution means any facility or institution, A, which is owned, operated, or managed by, or provides services on behalf of any state or political subdivision of a state, and B, which is 1. For persons who are mentally ill, disabled, or retarded, or chronically ill, or handicapped. What needs to change in the bill? Retarded is a problem term. It is used like the R word. What does the law say? Skipping lowercase Roman numeral 2 to 4 and Roman numeral 1 due to criminal context. Roman numeral 2. Residing in such facility or institution for purposes of receiving care or treatment. Or Roman numeral 3. Residing for any state purpose in such facility or institution other than a residential facility providing only elementary or secondary education that is not an institution in which reside juveniles who are adjudicated delinquent, in need of supervision, neglected, placed in state custody, mentally ill or disabled, mentally retarded, or chronically ill or handicapped, or lowercase Roman numeral 5, providing skilled nursing, intermediate or long-term care, or custodial or residential care. 2. Privately owned and operated facilities shall not be deemed institutions under the subchapter if A. The licensing of such facility by the state constitutes the sole nexus between such facility and such state. B. The receipt by such facility on behalf of persons residing in such facility of payments under Title Roman numeral 16, Roman numeral 18, 42 U.S.C. 1381 et sequence, 1395 et sequence, or under state plan approved under Title Roman numeral 19, 42 U.S.C. 1396 et sequence of the Social Security Act constitutes a sole nexus between such facility and such state, or C, the licensing of such facility by the state and the receipt by such facility on behalf of persons residing in such facility of payments under Title Roman numeral 16, Roman numeral 18, 42 U.S.C. 1381 et sequence, 1395 et sequence, or under state plan approved under Title Roman numeral 19, 42 U.S.C. 1396 et sequence of the Social Security Act constitutes a sole nexus between such facility and such state. What needs to change in the law? The term mentally retarded is used. What does the law say? 3. The term person means an individual, a trust or a state, a partnership, an association, or a corporation. 4. The term state means any of the several states, the District of Columbia, the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, or any of the territories and possessions of the United States. Skipping 5, related to Congress. What needs to change in the law? A person here is defined in terms of contracts mentioned in Section 1981. How does this law impact my life? I was never in an institution. Is it equal for special education students? Is the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act working as intended? Is it preparing disabled students for further education, employment, and independent living? Visit the website at notajoke.net. I'm David Powder. I survived special education, not a joke.